Homework has always been a huge challenge for teachers, of course for students, but for teachers. And I don't want to get into whether we should have homework, should we not, that we could fill up blog pages. Please don't send me nasty emails and blogs about this topic because I don't want to hear it. But what I will tell you is, in my school, it was expected that we'd have to give some homework, and that's fine. That was fine for me when I taught 6th grade and certainly 9th grade in high school. So what I started modifying was, I started approaching it as, I wanted all the hard stuff, all the difficult stuff to be taught in the classroom. Because in the beginning, what I would do is send out these assignments where they had to research stuff and learn stuff on their own and come back the next day. Well, it's like herding cats. They come back, and then this student is like, I didn't know what to do, I was confused, so I didn't do anything. Like, oh, goodness. So what do you do? So what I started doing was, all of the hard stuff, it's not a perfect system. I couldn't do it 100% of the time, but I probably got in the upper 90s. Taught the hard stuff in class. And then for homework, I had a series of different types of homework, depending on the level and the class. One thing was I had all of these, they weren't facts, but facts and concept sheets. Let's say I was teaching astronomy. I would have maybe a sheet of 80 things that they needed to know. It could be facts and concepts. And then I would say, after the first couple lessons, and they would have them in their notebook. Now I'd have them on my website online so they could always look at them. I say, tonight I want you to handwrite 1 through 10. And basically, number 1 was, what's the distance from the Earth to the moon? Or number 2 was, describe why the moon looks different throughout the month. Number 3, whatever it is. I would have that pre-prepared. And then literally I'd say 1 through 10. Or tomorrow might be, all right, 2 through 15. Or odd 20 through 35. Whatever it might be. And number 1, it's a really good review. Review is so important because as a teacher, a lot of times we just move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, we don't review. So number 1, it forces review. But number 2, hardly any student can say, oh, I didn't know the answer, because on the bottom of that description it said, if you are confused about any particular item, describe what you're confused about, what you think the right answer is, and that way, there's always something they can fill in on their review sheet. But there's plenty of other things you can do. If you're in math, you could have math review sheets. You can do this with any subject. I've done this with virtually all of the subjects out there. But have a system for easy homework. Super easy for you to grade, easy for them to do, and this isn't the most important, but if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Teacher sends work home, and you want to scream because your child is confused. Well, this way, all the material that you're sending home that they have to review, they've been taught at school. And if they're confused, they just simply talk about what they didn't do. So there's really no reason for them not to do it. Parents aren't going to be nearly as frustrated, and students are going to be happier overall.